Hey everybody, it's Rachel from Sage. Thought I'd do a get ready with me using older products, stuff that I'm almost finished up. I've been using lots of makeup since I started my channel, a lot more makeup. So I've got quite a few products that are nearly finished and just some old favorites here as well. So I've primed my lids with my MAC paint pot, which is, you can see there's quite a bit of glass there, pan there. I use these all the time, so they're my favorite eye primer. I use the shade Painterly. Okay, brilliant product. What can I say? I've nearly used up yet another Natio angled eyebrow pencil. Look how much is left. Yeah, look, it's my favorite, so I love it. I've laminated my brows a bit more today, so that's why they're a bit fuller looking, but it'll all make sense in the end, I hope. I'm going to start with shadow today, and the only thing I'm not using using today that doesn't have a pan is this palette. Actually, I just wanted to use these autumnal tones on this side. Whoops, this side of the palette. This is the Natasha Denona Zendo palette. Hard to see, sorry. Zendo palette. I've had this one for a few years. It's a beautiful palette. A lot of people sort of don't see it, that it makes a lot of sense, but it makes sense to me. So I don't know. Anyway, you can see which side of the palette I'm going to be focusing on. Rightio, so I'm going to go in with one of my favorite shades, which is Mindful, in the top corner there. It's a creamed powder, which Natasha Denona is famous for, and I'm almost hit pan on that actual shade. I'd have primed my face as well. I've used L'Oreal Magic Base on the T-zone. That's an oldie but a goodie, folks. It seems to have come back into a lot of stores as well. So putting this on, I'm using a Crown A130. Love their brushes. Yeah, L'Oreal Magic Base, just in a little pot. It's one of those traditional slippy primers, silicone-y ones, but for pore blurring, if you know, and pore filling around here, it's really, really good. It's like, you know, it's sort of one of the first primers, really, I think. So I'm just doing a classic sort of inverted V here with this beautiful shadow that's got such wonderful texture. I just thought I'd do sort of an autumn glam today. I am dipping in the pan quite a bit because I really want to build up that colour and the depth, and I'm going to take that under the lower lash line. I used my Inoxa colour corrector pen this morning. That's a favourite. That's something I use on myself and my clients. So I have all the colours, but obviously I have my own set. Well, I really only need the peach one for me to counteract some of that blueness, and it works pretty well. I woke up this morning and I was very dark under the eyes. Too many Easter eggs. Sugar, too much sugar. It does it to me every time. So I used my Inoxa caffeine eye cream, which I love as well. It's beautiful. And then I put on the Inoxa colour correcting pen in the peachy shade to put that one in the center lid for the moment. It also is It's not as creamy, but it doesn't show creases. That's one of the beauties of her shimmer formula, is that you can get away with a lot, even if you've got creased eyelids like I do. So yeah, I've had this palette for a couple of years, and I know the shelf life on eyeshadow palettes, but when it's in your own collection and it still works and it's not gone chalky or smells funny or anything like that, you don't have anything really to worry about. I'm going to go over that with Luster, this gold, because then I'm going to buff out the top with Balance, and you'll see how they go together. So this one, when you're putting the shimmer in the center of the lid like this is basically a spotlight. So you can see that the light catches that area a lot. Yeah, that's called a spotlight eye. I mean, we don't walk around like this, I know, but when you move your eyes, you blink, the light is attracted to that spot quite quickly. Where's my fluffy? There you are. This is the classic blending from BH, one of my all-time favorites. Now I'm using the shade Balance, this one here. It's a little bit of kick up there. Just going to buff out those edges, and I'm not really circling or anything, I'm just patting at the moment to try and place the shadow neatly without disturbing the darker shade, just for the time being. So a lot of people get things confused in makeup, natural versus neutral. I find some people say, I want natural makeup. But natural makeup basically is mascara, lip gloss, and some concealer. That's not what they mean. They usually mean neutral. So browns, bronzes, coppers, you know, your Instagram makeup. That's what they mean. That's what they want. So if you're asking your makeup artist for natural makeup, then that's like everyday makeup. Go to the shops makeup. Sorry, there's the damn coffee machine again. You can tell it's morning time. So just have a look at what that, you know, if you go onto Instagram and you want a particular look, just remember that natural makeup is not the same as neutral makeup. And really good idea to go to your makeup artist with some photos. Now, they may well indicate to you that the colour choices are not great for you, because most makeup artists, certainly in Australia, have been to TAFE, or they've been to some sort of college, hopefully, and they understand a bit about colour theory. Now I'm just going to go in with that peach shade. It will make sense in time, people. But you can see what the the bronze has done to the eyes. It has definitely made the blue come out. Now that shade is called Relief, and I'm going to take that into the inner corner because it's peach. It neutralizes a bit more of that blue, and I'm taking it right down under there. Don't be afraid to do that. Like I said, you can always clean up, correct whatever with your concealer. Oh, hello dogs. Right, so that's that for now. Going in with the foundation. Now I'm nearly finished. I wonder if you can see. Let me see if I can capture it on the camera. How much is left in there. I can see a lot of daylight, but no, it's not picking it up. Primed my face already, so I'll just brush that away. I might put some mascara on now, I think. I'm using up this mini Bad Girl Bang by Benefit formula and their best wand in the minis. And then you go out and buy the full size and it's not the same. Now, I don't know. I've never noticed that. I've never tested that theory. As I said, I only just heard it the other day. But now I'm intrigued because I've been thinking about buying that Charlotte Tilbury Pillow push-up lashes, which is a lot of money. It's not as much as Max Stack, which is my favourite, but it's a lot of money. And I'm thinking I really liked the mini of all the minis that I've tested in the past few months. It's the one I've liked the most. And I'm wondering, should I buy it and then test out that theory? I do like this one. This one's flexy. You can see it's bending. It doesn't really have the impact that I love, you know, the whole extra volume thing that I love to go for. Have I got any lashes out here? No, I don't. Okay, not putting lashes on. There you are. I'll let that dry down a bit. Do my concealer now. Okay, so I'm just going to go in there with this NARS Radiant Concealer in, what shade is that? Light 3-4. Holy moly, it's got some hold. So you're probably thinking, why is she putting a concealer on now? I'm doing a bit of underpainting today. Just thought I'd give it another try. It works. It's not the be-all and end-all, and I certainly don't do it all the time. But, you know, it works. So I'm going to go in with my Revlon foundation now in True Beige Age Defying 3X. It's wonderful, wonderful foundation. Really nice texture. Where's my Refa brush? Is this the number 31? Yeah, number 31 foundation brush. The best foundation brush I've ever used. Just putting it on the back of my head if you're wondering where it was coming from. I'm back on my prescription tretinoin now. So there might be some pilling happening, especially around here. I went off it for a few weeks. So I could do some face waxing and stuff. Actually, that was the main reason. All right, I'm going in now with my Huda Beauty Tan and Tone in Fair. You can see the bottom of the pot there. Just going to use this flat brush. This is what have I been using this one for? Concealer and so forth. Not really contouring. It doesn't really work for me. because of my face shape. And I'm just taking it down there a little. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I'll do. Otherwise you end up looking like, well, I end up looking like I've got some sort of shaving shadow. But adding warmth to the face, and this is a warmer, actually it's more of a neutral undertone in this one, which is why I like it, because I do have a neutral undertone. Gold leaning, I suppose. So I'm doing the lighter areas first, generally. Like I've said before, I'm using less and less concealer now in the under eye area. I'm finding the crease factor a bit irritating. I come back, a while later, and it doesn't seem to matter which one it is anymore. They just all seem to crease now, and I don't expect them not to. It's not that I'm, obsessed about it. I never was. I've always expected, the texture in my skin to be a factor in the makeup that I do. That's, it's only makeup. It's not surgery. So, it's going to do it. But I'm just finding it like, well, if it's going to be there and it's going to accentuate the texture, then I might as well not really do it as much. Just a bit of warmth there. I can't really contour, as you can see, because I've got such a square face. It's hard to contour a square face, roundish square, whatever. So you can see how when you drag it out like that, cleans up your eyeshadow for one, gives you an eye lift as well. Just enough. Just enough. Pressing into the skin. Buffing, I suppose, is the term I should use. I might use a bit more. Just looking in my mirror, folks, if you're wondering. Oh, what happened there? I need to blend that. That's that sunken in bit I was talking about. At least the eyes are starting to match now in their hooded state. Makes it a bit easier. I'm not having to do sort of, fake symmetry so much. Oh, except on my lips and my word. I'll always need fake symmetry in my lips. That's gone in quite nicely, I think. Just blowing that out a bit more. Yeah, that's what I want. So that V, take it right out, and then I'll clean it up. Didn't put any more product on my brush, just what was still on there from that first shade. That's it. That's what I wanted. Okay. Hope that's all blended in there. I'll just pat it. Yeah, so that Schwarzkopf gel, when you use it, man, it holds. It's like, wow, super duper, super grip. So if you want super hold, get that one. Okay, so I'm going in with one of my favourites, probably my favourite dip eyeliner, Rimmel Glam Eyes in Velvet Brown. I go through a lot of these. I love them. It's a cool tone brown, which is, I think, a nice contrast with the warmth of the shadow that I've used. And it's very forgiving to a creased eyelid, I find. And the colour payoff is immediate. You don't even have to go back in usually, or I don't. I'm not doing the waterline so much now. My optometrist told me not to. See how uneven that is? Look at that. Okay, so we need to get our flat brush. Tidy that corner. This is this droopiness. This is why a lot of people abandon wing eyeliner, because they just can't get it even. I'm just bloody minded. And I can't help myself. What I'll do is I'll take that one up just a smidge. We've had the fire on here last 2 nights. How bizarre. We're in the pool like the weekend before. This cold spell has... We always say, oh, don't worry, it'll heat up again for Anzac Day. That's what typically happens here. Everyone's all dressed up in their uniforms and marching along the street and getting hot. People faint and, you know, everyone knows. We've all been there, haven't we? Just put in another coat of mascara on. This is a good thing about this mascara. It is forgiving. You can go back in and do more coats, which is also the main thing I love about Max Stack. You can just keep layering and layering, and I do like to do that. Saw something terrible the other day. Someone was cutting their lower lashes off. Are people not aware that lashes actually have a physiological function in the body? I've forgotten about my coffee. Oops, it's probably stone cold now. Yeah, still tastes all right though. I'm going to set the under eye with the LYS Resilience powder. I think that's the shade. Yep. Translucent powder, triple fix. Great powder. You can see, look at that. There's hardly any left. And I'm really loving these MCO Beauty triangle puffs. They come in a pack of 2. Love this. It's like watching how Nana used to do makeup. We all did it, didn't we? We all used to sit there. We go to, you go to your grandmother's house, your Nana's house, and you'd look at all the compacts and a lot of them, remember, a lot of them were in like beautiful silver packaging, or looked, when you're little, you think, oh, wow, because it was probably just like plate or something, you know, sterling silver, not sterling silver, but stainless steel, but it looks so fancy. Notice I didn't do any nose contour. It just doesn't work. It doesn't do anything for me. So just pressing that powder. I thought I'd be finished it by now, but I must admit I've been using other powders. Oh, look, it's starting to really break up now. How are we sitting? Yeah, that concealer, it's really dried out. That's partly why I was considering decluttering it. Okay, just doing the center of the face with that. Now I'm going to go in with my Mecca Max Off Duty Stick, blush stick in Sorbet Pinch. This one. Look how much of, whoops, oh, there she goes. Look how much of that I've got left. Wow. So that's going to go there. It's quite a sheer formula, this one. So I haven't powdered there. Anyway, that goes over powder just fine. Look at the pilling, oh dear. You can see I'm not really taking it onto the apples just yet. It's just sitting on the top of the cheekbones there. But wait a minute, and then it will. All right, sponge. Real Technique sponge, this one. I like them, I don't love them, Real Techniques. Got a few of their brushes as well. I think my favourite sponges are probably from Elf. How crazy is Elf stuff gone now? I've got the Halo Glow filters in 2 shades. I'm going to be featuring them in my next video. I'm just waiting on the rest of my Elf, my Priceline order to come in. And I want to feature all the new stuff. And I have been using it for nearly 2 weeks now. So, because I wanted to actually get an understanding of how to use it properly. Well, how to use it to make it work for me anyway. And mature skin generally, I suppose. Need more colour. See, that's what sponges do. They shear everything out. So if you put too much stuff on, your sponge is a good helper. I am going in with powder blush in a moment. My all-time favourite powder blush. And that is Milani. Look at that. Look, it's all worn off. Milani Luminoso 05. Superb. There is a bit of pan here. I can see a bit of the side, on the side. I've used up quite a bit. You can see the metal rim. And it's flat now. It used to be quite domed. So it is, I like to use this sort of brush for blush and sometimes bronzer. So putting that straight over where I put the cream shadow. Cream blush, goodness me, cream shadow. See, it's got a nice sheen to it, but the colour, oh, I often wear it as eyeshadow, and I just drag it from here all the way out in this sort of configuration, like if I'm in a really big hurry. I like to take it into the apples a bit more. Just patting, you know. No big chunks of colour that way. Oh gosh, I love that. I love it. All right, now let's put some bronzer on. I have a really cheap bronzer here from the pharmacy, Colour Theory. Okay, it's called Beautifully Bronzed Bronzer. I don't know if this is still available, to be honest, but I haven't got a lot left. It's, you know, it's one of those budget ones that you don't pay much for, you don't expect a lot, I guess. But I like it. Obviously I do, because I've nearly used it up. It's quite cool tone, this one. So it will complement the warmth of the blush. Most of my blush goes up here because of my 5-finger forehead. Forefinger. I feel that foundation gives a nice natural luminosity to the skin. I think it's got a higher ratio of oil to water in it, you know, so that it actually moisturizes, hydrates, whatever you want to say. Moisturizes is the word I really want. Mature skin, and it's designed for mature skin. It has some similarities to the L'Oreal True Match, although I don't think the shade range is quite as good. True Match is unbelievable shade range. Yeah. It's terrific foundation. L'Oreal make terrific foundations. So do Revlon, but yeah. I got enough on the top there. I don't think I do, not yet. Oh, a bit more pan showing now. Up here. That's nice. I know I've got some glow going, but I'm still going to go in with the NYX High Glass. Crappy packaging. You can see the tin, and this is a lot, you know, it's really quite sunken in. This was sort of quite, not high, but raised somewhat. I mean, I never thought I'd get anywhere with a highlighter, because I don't use it much, but there you go. Now this one is a gelée formula, and it's very sheer. So I'm just putting it on over the foundation there. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? There you go. There's the luminosity that it gives. Very natural. So sometimes I have to go in with my fan brush quite a bit, but that's all right because it's buildable. If you're a person that likes, you know, neon shiny face, you probably won't like this because you'll have to spend too long building it up. But if you just like a little bit of accent, and frankly, when you've got texture out here, you know, that's kind of more flattering, I think, for me. You know, everyone, you do you wear your makeup however you damn well please. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm so frustrated by, you know, younger people telling people with mature skin, oh, you need to stop wearing black eyeliner and you need to stop doing this and you need to stop doing that. You wear the makeup however you want to wear the makeup. Seriously. It's part of your personality. It's your creativity, your expression, your self-expression. It's not for anybody else to say, oh, you can't do that just because you're over 50. How ridiculous. In a way, that's like, when we're talking about women, that's like misogyny, because that's what the beauty industry wants us to think, that just because we're older, we can't, we have to use these certain products and we can't use those products anymore because we're older. So here you are, these are your old lady skincare makeup products, and these are for younger people. It's just, no, I won't have a bar of it. It really, really aggravates me. As you can tell, I'm waving my hands around a lot. Okay, what's to finish? Did I bring a loose powder? No, I didn't. I don't want one anyway, really. I'm going to spritz now with yet another nearly empty bottle of Max Fix Plus. The goat. Australians know what that means. Greatest of all time. I don't know if it's a thing they do overseas. Anyway, I love it. It's got glycerin in it, rehydrates, smells beautiful, does a great job. In the meantime, I've actually had some Vaseline on my lips while I've been doing this. And I'm using an oldie but a goodie, NYX Lingerie Glitter in Euro Trash. Love it, love it. I love the smell of these. They are a little bit stringy, but look at that shade. Isn't that just perfect? Autumn shade. And it just goes on. Super easy. Don't need a lip liner. Can touch up without a mirror. That easy to use because of the doe foot applicator, which is angled. I've got a feeling they're reformulating. NYX are always doing weird stuff like that. Like their foundation that was, and the concealer that was super popular. And then suddenly they just continued it. Eyeliners as well, like brilliant colours of eyeliner. They just take them off the market. There's a conspiracy theory about that too, that they do it deliberately to gauge demand, and then about a year later they bring them back. Anyway, I have no idea. Frankly, it's kind of, a moot point, isn't it? I'm going to use, to finish, which one will I use? The MK Beauty Ultra Lock Makeup Setting Spray. I hope you like my autumnal look. I've taken it fairly slow today, and I've used everything old. I hope you enjoyed that get ready with me with the autumnal tones, using all older products. I'm encouraging you to go back into your collection and see what you've got, see what's still there that grabs your attention, that gets you excited again about putting on a full face of makeup. I know when I was looking through and I looked through and I went, oh, I haven't used Zendo for ages. And I thought, yeah, that's what I want to do. And then I was excited, to get back into those colors. So in the Zendo palette, I used that one, that one, that one, that one, and yeah, that one. And I think it's turned out really well. So this is obviously a wearable glam, and you don't need to use Natasha Denona palettes, but go back into your collection, see what you've got, and hopefully you'll get excited again. And I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy autumn. It's the best time of year in my opinion. And I will see you in the next video. The next video is going to be, as I said, testing pretty much everything new. So things that I've been using, I want to give you a full roundup on how I feel about them. Like the NYX Blur Foundation is one. The e.l.f. Halo Glow Filter is another. The MCO Beauty Extend Lash Mascara. What else am I testing? The Inoxa Setting Spray. Have I got any lipsticks? No, I don't think I've got any lipsticks. But I've got lip gloss to go in there as well. So, and the new e.l.f. primer. That's the other thing, the Power Grip one with niacinamide. So look out for that video, everybody, and have a great day. Whatever you're doing, put on a bit of lippy, whack that smile on your face. People will wonder what you've been up to. Okay, bye.